We Irish, we are great. We've probably got the best rugby team in the world. We, some of the best boxers. We've got some great recording artists. But we didn't always believe that we were great.
Yes. We were a little bit underprivileged, I suppose, for a long time, weren't we?
We were grossly inferior for about 800 years
oh my God.
or more.
Wasn't great?
We were under the thumb of the British Empire, and we felt second best, and we were made to feel second best.
Yeah.
If you look at old Punch magazines and stuff, the Irish were seen as like scum. We were a nuisance. We were people to be, just used.
Yeah, yeah.
But at some point, and like I've had this discussion with people who've kind of come into Ireland more recently, and they see us as a rich Western nation.
Yeah.
And I go, no, it wasn't always like that. And like, in fact, in like my lifetime, even not even my entire lifetime, but you can go back 20 years ago, Ireland was a different place, a very, very different place.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus, the Celtic Tiger really changed everything for us, didn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what I thought? And I was thinking about this, the pivotal moment that turned Ireland from being this small little apologetic island on the periphery of Europe was Riverdance.
Oh, yeah.
1994, it was Riverdance.
Yeah, oh my God.
And that was sensational. It kind of it blew people's minds. It kind of took Irish dancing out of the chains that it had been in, because people used to dance with their arms stretched down. That was an Irish Catholic Church thing. They didn't want people flaunting their arms around and looking too sexy, because people have ideas. So it was kind of suddenly we see Michael Flatley coming out and doing all of this kind of stuff. And,
yes.
That really shocked Mill Street, and there was shocked, stunned applause at the thing. And Riverdance went global all of a sudden. And then it coincided with the Celtic Tiger too. Suddenly people were building houses. People had money. People who had never had money in their lives before.
It became an attractive market then to the US, didn't it? Like, there was a lot of people moving in, buying off big estates over here at that stage then.
There was, but there was a lot of, it kind of turned immigration. Irish people had to go abroad. Like, it was this thing, you went abroad to either England or even right back to the 50s. And they had the thing like the American wake. Back in the day, in the 40s, 50s, if you went, you never came back. So they had this like a wake for you. It was like a going away party. You'd never see those people again. And since a lot of people were illiterate, you'd never hear from them again. And there was no phones.
God.
So it was like you were losing somebody.
Sad,
But suddenly it stopped, and people started to turn around, and people started to come into the country. We're at the stage now where the population, I think it's heading for 6 million or something. Like, but I remember in school, every year the population was 4 point something million for years and years and years and years. And suddenly, a huge amount of people. And we became great. And when you think of it, like the things that we export, like Stripe, entrepreneurs. I think it was two Limerick brothers who created Stripe.
Brilliant.
Look at Ryanair, love it or hate it. It's the dominant airline in Europe.
I know.
And it came from
he's
nothing.
doing really well, isn't he? He's unreal, your man.
Yeah.
Like that owns that.
Even like you two, love them or hate them.
Yeah.
One of the top
Not
bands
a fan,
in the world.
But McGregor.
Conor
McGregor forever.
Yeah.
I love the boxers, and even McGuigan, wasn't it?
Barry
What's his name?
McGuigan.
Barry McGuigan. He was a big boxer.
Yeah,
as well.
I was to check this up, because I remember when Barry McGuigan won the world title.
Go away.
In 1985. I was in Galway that night, and I wanted to see the fight because I was a fan of boxing.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get in anywhere because it was a summer's night. The pubs were crowded, people out in the street, and there was no massive big screens for ordinary sized telly. So I started looking over people's shoulders, and judging by the crowd's reaction, you could tell whether he was winning or whatever. And of course, he won.
Yeah. The Irish went mental, of course.
Yeah, and people began to believe, well, hold on, we can be centre stage and we can be top of the world.
Oh, yeah. Like, there's great artists here in Ireland, and, actors and everything, like musicians.
Yeah.
There's a lot. But sure, look, there's great people in every country, in fairness.
Yeah, but we've gone through a huge transition, really, is what we're talking about.
Like, we give out a lot about the governments, but they have done great work, really. I mean,
Charlie Haughey, actually.
Yeah, like, they made us
set up the financial services in Dublin, which meant that the companies could have their offices here. They didn't have to necessarily do business in the country, but they got huge tax. It brought in a huge amount of. It brought in Facebook, and it brought in Google and all of these, and Apple eventually. Yeah, and that really transformed.
It did. It opened the door for it, and Centre Parks in the Midlands as well.
Yeah,
like, we would have been more impoverished, I'd say, in the Midlands than anywhere else.
We were like when I was growing up in the late 60s, early 70s. We had an outdoor toilet in the house.
Imagine that.
We were in a house where the public water scheme came to the top of the hill, and we were kind of a valley, and it started and went the other way. We missed out. We had no running water. We had to go to the well to get water.
Feck's sake.
And that was like the way our ancestors would have done for hundreds, thousands of years before. And it was only, we left that house in the mid-70s. So it was only after that the council actually got around to putting water in that house.
Jesus, and that is
But even, I don't remember this, but I remember my uncle was involved in bringing electricity to houses in Ireland. He trained up to be an electrician. And this was during the 40s and 50s. He was going around. And before that, houses didn't have electricity. And my granny used to be very, very house proud, and she hated electricity because when the electricity came on, the electric lights, she couldn't see cobwebs up in corners that she'd never seen before. The kitchen was so bright, and she kind of go, that wall it's all smoke damage, needs to be painted.
The dirt of the place.
The dirt of the place.
I know, the proud Irish.
Because previously it was only a little oil lamp that illuminated the place.
God, yes,
so the point is that we have become great.
Yeah, we're much better than we used to be.
And I think, and we no longer feel inferior. We used to feel, certainly I used to feel inferior to when people came home on holiday to us, because we never went anywhere on holiday.
Yeah.
Never literally went anywhere on holiday in Ireland, never mind to go to the UK. So when our UK relatives came over, they were better than us because they were better dressed, they had cleaner, nicer, more modern clothes. They had money, their father had a nicer car, they had a nicer job. And we kind of thought, look at even the way they speak, it's better than the way that we speak. And we felt inferior.
Yeah.
But that's no longer the case, not necessarily about my English cousins here. But the Irish economy now is better than the UK economy. Much stronger.
Yeah, we're better paid over here as well. The money is actually
we've got growth in our economy. They haven't really in the UK. It's I'm not sure the exact figures, but it's very, very, very little. We're one of the strongest economies in Europe.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? We have a lot of things going for us.
Even in Germany, they've had recession for the last, 18 months, 2 years, or whatever. So we've learned to become great.
Yes.
And we don't feel inferior.
The fighting Irish.
Yeah, and we won't accept being put down or put back in our box. By anyone.
We've grown into ourselves. Do you think we still have that ego inferiority complex thing going on? Where you don't want to be seen to be too big-headed. I think that's still a little bit.
That's an Irish thing. Kind of,
Yeah. Sure. Somebody says to me, "Oh, I loved your frock," or whatever. "Oh, I got it in pennies." It's not that great.
Yeah, but I'm thinking somebody. Yeah, but somebody like you come into the pub and they're bragging about the amount of money that they made last year and the great car and everything. And somebody goes, "Oh, that's good. You're still a little bollocks, though." Yeah.
We still don't like the braggers.
Oh, we still don't. Yeah, we like to believe that we're modest.
Oh my God, shocking.
Let us know what your experience is of Ireland becoming great, but your own unique experience. Because I'd love to hear from you. Comment in the comments down below. Talk to you soon.